Welcome back to Hockey Eastern Ontario's Rule of the Week, where each week we take a rule from the Hockey Canada rulebook and break it down for our officials, our coaches, and our players so that they can better understand the rule and how it's applied in a game situation. Before we get started on this Rule of the Week, we're back to our viewer mailbag here, and we have a letter from Flin Flon, Manitoba. It says, "Dear Sean, do you wear gloves during any of your games?" Thank you, Stephanie. Stephanie, yes, absolutely. I wear gloves for all of my games. As for where I buy them, well, I really can't tell you that. They're specially designed. They're just made for me. It's at a small a boutique, if you will. So yeah, they're made just for me, and they're made of this fine synthetic material. So don't try to look for them. Like I said, specialty made. I'm not lying. This week's Rule of the Week is on spectator ejections. Stay tuned. Seriously, I'm really not lying. I mean, they are especially made for somebody. Okay, so spectator ejections. So in the Hockey Canada rulebook, they really only talk about a spectator becoming physically involved with a player on the ice. So that's really the only reference they make to spectators. Hockey Eastern Ontario, though, has a specific policy around spectators, and we're going to talk a little bit about what that looks like and the procedure to follow when a spectator is acting inappropriately in the stands. Let's jump right into it. The policy can be found on the Hockey Eastern Ontario website. We'll also put a link to it below. It's under 6.44, Spectator Zero Tolerance Policy. So the game will be stopped by game officials when the spectator or spectators are displaying inappropriate and disruptive behavior and interfere with other spectators or the game. What does inappropriate and disruptive behavior look like? Well, it shall include the use of obscene or vulgar language in a boisterous or aggressive manner to anyone at any time. It can also include taunting of players, coaches, officials, or other spectators by means of baiting, ridiculing, threat of physical violence, or physical violence. Finally, throwing of any object or objects on the ice surface, penalty box, and/or player's bench. When a spectator or spectators behave in an inappropriate way, as discussed above, the game officials will first identify the offending spectator or spectators to the coaches of both the home and visiting teams for the purpose and responsibility of removing the offending spectator from inside the playing area of the arena. In the event that the visiting team is unable to identify the offending spectator, the ultimate responsibility for removal of the offending spectator will fall under the responsibility of the home team. Play will not resume until the ejected spectator or spectators have left the playing area of the arena. So what we mean by playing area is typically the cold part of the arena. So the game does not continue until that spectator or spectators have left that area. Once the offending spectator is or are removed, play will resume. Lost time will not be replaced, and the violator may be subject to further disciplinary action by Hockey Eastern Ontario. The on-ice officials are responsible for submitting a game incident report to the appropriate leagues, associations, and/or designates. The offending team is also responsible to file an incident report to their league, associations, and/or designates. I hope this provides officials with a little more information about the types of behaviors that are considered inappropriate and offensive and must be dealt with at the arena in terms of a spectator ejection. I also hope that it provides more information about the procedures that we need to follow when we are ejecting a spectator. For officials, remember, it is really important after the game to file a game incident report. This way, the appropriate association or league or Hockey Eastern Ontario can address that behavior with the spectator so that further sanctions can be delivered if necessary. All officials, players, coaches, and spectators have a right to be free of discrimination and harassment when at the arena. We must deal with this type of behavior when we come across it. If you have any questions about this video or any of the videos in our series, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. My contact information is below. You can also feel free to reach out to your local association president, your association district referee-in-chief. Any of these folks will be happy to answer any questions you have. You can also reach out to the referee-in-chief for Hockey Eastern Ontario. His name is John Reed, and his contact information is below as well. Just a quick reminder before we go to please like this video and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of this great content, and go ahead and hit the notification button so that you are notified anytime we upload any content like the rules of the week or anything else like that here on this channel. Until next week, have a safe and wonderful week, and we'll see you back here real soon. All the best.